Welcome back to another episode of Rock Boys Football. Lane Kiffin, this Ole Miss Rebels program, getting a ton of hype heading into the 2024 season. And I know this sounds crazy, but it seems like the one player on this Ole Miss roster that is not getting enough respect is quarterback Jaxson Dart. The conversations around Ole Miss go to guys like Juice Balls through the portal, go to guys like Walter Nolan and Princely U. And although you guys know that I think those guys are going to make massive impacts for this Ole Miss program in 2024, I want to talk about quarterback Jaxson Dart and kind of highlight the massive strides that he made from that 2022 to the 2023 season, then pose the question, what does this Ole Miss team look like if Jaxson Dart takes another step heading into 2024? The conversation around Jaxson Dart was never the physical capabilities that he has. Phenomenal arm talent, extremely good athlete, extending plays, using his legs. The conversation was, can Jaxson Dart put all those tools together and put an elite season on paper? You certainly saw him get there in 2023. You look towards that 2024 season, year 3 in this system, the amount of weapons that he has around him. You look at this Ole Miss offense and you're saying, this really could be a special season for this Ole Miss team in 2024. Want to get into some film, talk about where Jaxson Dart really made those strides in that 2023 season. Before we get into it, as always, just want to say thank you to you guys and a massive shout out to the Ole Miss fans. Many of you guys know how excited I am about this program heading into this 2024 year. It's been a blast talking about it. Cannot thank you guys enough for all the support you guys have shown the boys. If y'all do enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel, a program I love talking about. Love talking with you guys in the comments section. And without further ado, let's get into Jaxson Dart. And I first want to just highlight the strides that Jaxson Dart made year 3 as a college football player. In 2022, nobody was really batting an eye at Jaxson Dart and saying he was not a very good quarterback, but I think a lot of Ole Miss fans felt like there was some meat left on the bone. There is a very talented quarterback there. Can he put it all together? In 2022, had a 62% completion percentage, 8.2 yards per attempt, 20 touchdowns to 11 interceptions. In 2023, he improves in every single one of those statistical categories. He bumps the completion percentage up to 65%. The yards per attempt go up a full yard to 9.3. To highlight that, he's pushing the ball down the field more, as well as his completion percentage going in the right direction. You love to see that. 23 touchdowns to 5 interceptions. The touchdown to interception ratio goes in the right direction as well. From all accounts, Jaxson Dart made massive strides in that 2023 year. I want to dig into where Jaxson Dart really made those improvements in that 2023 year. And the first thing I want to talk about is the deep ball. Jaxson Dart, we did not have any question marks about Jaxson Dart and his arm strength pushing the ball down the field. But you go back to that 2022 season, he definitely left some plays on the field, right? 20 plus yards down the field in 2022, only a 36% completion percentage. Fast forward to the 2023 year, that number all the way goes up to all the way to 41%. Lane Kiffin's going to scheme up these plays. You needed Jaxson Dart to make more of those throws, and he certainly came up big when it mattered most. You take a look at some of the film. I was getting some Ole Miss film in the other day, and I kind of just couldn't help. Jaxson Dart was extremely impressive. Like, you saw some throws that were just kind of different. You take a look here, I mean, stepping up in the pocket, making a throw to that deeper third to the boundary, that there are just not a lot of quarterbacks that can make this throw. Obviously, a phenomenal catch by Dayton Wade there, but there aren't quarterbacks across college football that can make that kind of throw, attack in the deeper third into that small of a window. Jaxson Dart has that capability. And you saw Jaxson Dart when those throws were there, he was putting it on the money. Guys like Trey Harris, guys like Jordan Watkins were going up and making plays for him. You know, Lane Kiffin wants to get aggressive down the field. He wants to hit those explosive plays. Seeing Jaxson Dart finally put that together, attacking downfield, I think was a massive storyline. But I think the bigger improvement, and the improvement that I was so impressed with Jaxson Dart, and something that a lot of college football quarterbacks really struggle with, is attacking the middle of the field, especially in this Ole Miss offense where you want to run the football. You want to work that RPO, that play action in. When you have the ability to have a quarterback that's comfortable attacking the middle, that's absolutely massive, because when you're running the football as much as Ole Miss does, you're sucking in those linebackers, you're sucking in those safeties, and that leaves that middle of the field wide open. For this Ole Miss offense to really hit its stride, you need a quarterback that can operate processing and delivering throws over the middle. Jaxson Dart in 2022 really struggled in this department, right? A 55% completion percentage, only 8 touchdowns to 9 interceptions, right? A low completion percentage. He's turning the football over when he attacks the middle of the field. Those numbers were not very good. Jaxson Dart struggled attacking the middle, and that's a very important concept in this Ole Miss offense. You fast forward to 2023, that completion percentage goes all the way up to 66%, 13 touchdowns to only 4 interceptions. And you saw Jaxson Dart just get a little bit more comfortable attacking the middle. You take a look at some of the film against some solid defenses. You go to the LSU game first. This was one of the more impressive games that you saw Jaxson Dart have. You fire up the film, you go play action, you're looking, you're stepping up to the pocket, and you're just throwing a ball where there is a lot of traffic there. You're hitting Jordan Watkins right in stride. And when you have the ability to hit your wide receivers right in stride, they're going to operate after the catch. Obviously, a 70-yard touchdown there. You get it from the all-22. You see him processing, throwing to a win, throwing in, anticipating his wide receiver open, puts it right on the chest, and Jordan Watkins does the rest. I think Jaxson Dart and the confidence that he's gained working the middle was absolutely massive. You fire up another piece of film against Georgia. This is where they kind of struggled on offense. You see Jaxson Dart again, rip in the middle of the field. That's where Jordan Watkins does his biggest work. And I think another guy that's going to excel with Jaxson Dart work in the middle is a guy like Juice Wells. And I look to this Ole Miss offense in 2024 and looking at what Lane Kiffin wants to do. He wants to run the football. He wants to push the ball down the field. You have a guy like Trey Harris coming back. You also have wide receivers like Jordan Watkins, Juice Wells, Caden Prescorn. All 3 of those pass catchers excel working the middle. So you have a wide receiver where Trey Harris, you have to respect what Trey Harris can do on the boundary, working vertically. That's going to take a lot of safeties to Trey Harris. And what that's going to do, I think, is going to open that middle of the field up. And if Jaxson Dart can build on what he's done attacking the middle in 2023 on to 2024, you're looking at an offense that is really just going to be hard to stop. And I think another thing Jaxson Dart did really well, and you saw in the film with Jordan Watkins, is he got better at hitting his receivers in stride. And that's a storyline that's massive at the college football level. You look at what college football offenses want to do, specifically what Lane Kiffin wants to do on offense. He wants to create space. He wants to give his wide receivers the ability to catch the football and work after the catch. That only happens if you have a quarterback that is on time and on target with his passes, where wide receivers don't have to readjust. They don't have to go to the ground catching footballs. Jaxson Dart improved his accuracy. He's hitting guys in stride. He's allowing guys to work after the catch. I think the improvements that Jaxson Dart made in 2023 were really encouraging. And I get the Ole Miss conversation has a lot to do with what Lane Kiffin did on the line of scrimmage. And you know how important I feel Lane Kiffin addressing the line of scrimmage was. I think the biggest conversation around Ole Miss should be, you have a potential Heisman caliber quarterback in the backfield. We all know what it takes to win at the college football level. You need elite quarterback play. I think Jaxson Dart can be special in 2024. He improved from 2022 to 2023. He gets more weapons around him heading into the 2024 season. If Jaxson Dart builds it, puts another brick down in terms of the improvement that he's going to make, not only are you looking at one of the better quarterbacks in the SEC and all of college football, but more importantly, you're looking at an Ole Miss team that can do some serious damage in the SEC and in the college football playoffs. Fired up about this team. Love talking about it. Can't thank you guys enough for rocking with the fellas. If y'all do enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel. Appreciate you guys, and we'll talk to y'all later.